As we look at Nehemiah chapter 1, this is the word of Nehemiah, son of Hakaliah. In the month of Kislev, in the 20th year, while I was in the citadel of Susa, Hananiah, one of my brothers, came from Judah with some men, and I questioned them about the Jewish remnant that had survived the exile and also about Jerusalem. They said to me, those who survived the exile and are back in the province are in great trouble and disgrace. The wall of Jerusalem is broken down and its gates have been burned with fire. When I heard these things, I sat down and wept. For some days I mourned and fasted and prayed before the God of heaven. Then I said, Lord, the God of heaven, the great and awesome God who keeps his covenant of love with those who love him and keeps his commandment. Let your ear be attentive and your eyes open to hear the prayer your servants, the people, your servant is praying before you day and night. For your servants, the people of Israel, I confess the sins we Israelites, including myself and my families, have committed against you. We have acted wickedly towards you. We have not obeyed the commands, decrees, and laws you gave your servant Moses. Verse 8, remember the instruction you gave your servant Moses, saying, if you are unfaithful, I will scatter you among the nations. But if you return to me and obey my commands, then even if your exiled people are at the farthest horizon, I will gather them from there and bring them to the place I have chosen as a dwelling for my name. Nehemiah continues, these are your servants and your people, whom you redeemed by your great strength and your mighty hand. Yes. Lord, let your ear be attentive to the prayer of this, your servant, and to the prayer of your servants who delight in revering your name. Yes. Give your servant success today by granting him favor in the presence of this man. I was cupbearer to the king. As you take your seats, I'd like to speak from persistent prayer, the foundation for rebuilding. Persistent prayer, the foundation for rebuilding. When we look at Isaiah chapter 43, verses 18 through 19, the prophet Isaiah is speaking to the exiled people. Exile. And Nehemiah explains why they have been exiled. When God brings them out of Egypt, they have been enslaved over 430 years. And they are a people who do not remember their God. So in bringing them out, God's purpose for bringing them out, and he tells Moses, tell Pharaoh, let my people go so that they can worship me. It's all about worshiping God. And he tells them as he brings them out, God protects them, he covers them, he provides for them throughout the wilderness experience. As he brings them out, he gives them his word, because they've been enslaved, so they don't know, they don't remember. And the people of God did not do what he had told them to do, to teach your children. From generation to generation, teach your children. Tell them of the wonders that I've already done. And they had forgotten what God had done. So they were enslaved, and God bringing them out, he also gives them his word. He gives them instructions. And so this is what Nehemiah is mentioning. This is what Isaiah is mentioning. Over and over again, God is faithful to his word. He tells us how he wants us to live. He tells us how he wants us to worship him. He tells us. But what we do is we become just like Israel. We become a stiff-necked, rebellious people. Stiff-necked. I want to do it my way. I'm unwilling to do it God's way. And so God already knew. God knows. He's all-knowing. And so in knowing, he knew they were going to become rebellious. But he also gives us a choice. God always says, choose ye this day. We have choices. God does not take our choices away. But what he does is he shows us what happens with our choices. If you obey, this is going to happen. If you disobey, this is going to happen. But because he's faithful to his word, he performs his word.